An all-out civil war is breaking across America's scientific community. It all started when a farmer in Idaho named James Buford discovered a strange powder coating his crops one morning. It wasn't frost or dew or any kind of fertilizer or chemical. It was a holy substance that biblical scholars now claim to be literal manna from heaven. The same manna that God bestowed upon the Israelites during their 40-year-long journey through the desert. As it says in John chapter 6, verse 31, our ancestors ate the manna in the wilderness. He gave them bread from heaven to eat. And while that may sound hard to believe, when the farmer and his wife ate their fruits and vegetables that had been coated in this fine white powder, their health was almost instantly transformed in a way that is truly miraculous. First, the farmer's wife lost over 64 pounds of fleshy body fat that she previously found impossible to get rid of, while the farmer himself lost over 22 pounds. Then it seemed almost as if they were aging backwards. Their sun-creased wrinkles and their dark spots around their eyes simply disappeared. The farmer's wife noticed that the skin on the back of her hands, her neck, and even her chest looked firm and taut, as friends, neighbors, and even strangers remarked that both the farmer and his wife looked at least 20 years younger than their actual age. And if you're already thinking this all sounds bizarre or even impossible to believe, then you're going to be even more shocked when you watch the rest of this powerful and urgent video, because this farmer from Idaho and his wife are not the only ones to experience an inexplicable and total rejuvenation of both their bodies and minds thanks to this powder. In fact, their discovery is now spreading like wildfire, being studied in scientific laboratories across the world, and it's left all the so-called experts at places like Harvard and MIT in furious debates. As some of these scientists say, this discovery clearly proves the existence of a divine God, while their non-believing peers search desperately for some kind of rational explanation. You'll hear the full story right inside this video, including all the details about this discovery and the latest scientific evidence that explains conclusively how and why this mysterious powder works to completely rejuvenate each cell of your body. Even more importantly, you'll see how you can get your hands on this potentially holy substance too. But I must warn you, what you're about to see is not something you'll find in retail or online stores, or even at places like Amazon and Walmart. Until today, this white powdery substance has been kept a closely guarded secret of a handful of power-hungry elites. And the last time someone tried to share the truth about this divine substance in the United States, not only did the CIA and Department of Defense classify it a threat to national security, the man who tried to expose it became the target of numerous covert attacks, until finally his business was literally burned to the ground in a highly suspicious accident, and he was forced into bankruptcy and obscurity overnight. To this day, these actions by the CIA remain one of the most malicious acts of industrial sabotage in American history. It sounds crazy, I know, but you'll see the shocking proof in just a moment. Which is why it's urgent you watch every single second of this shocking and controversial video right now. Because as we speak, powerful government elites are actively working to silence us. They're desperately trying to scrub this information from the internet and shut down this presentation permanently. Our hope is that by sharing this information with enough people, we can stop these shadowy forces from burying the truth once again. Because the elites of the deep state do not want this secret getting out. Instead, they'd rather we stay sick, sad, and chronically overweight. That way, the healthcare and pharmaceutical companies they control can keep milking us like bloated cows, squeezing every dollar from us as they thrust the next fad diet or miracle drug into the mainstream media. Not because they work, but to simply keep giving us false hope. Even as the number on the scale keeps going up, our sleep gets worse and worse each passing year, and our skin continues to wrinkle because of the toxins they inject into our foods and cosmetics. But it doesn't have to be this way, because you are only seconds away from being handed the discovery of a lifetime, a God-ordained miracle that energizes not just your metabolism, but every single cell in your body, allowing you to drop pound after pound of visceral clinging fat, and years of hardship and exhaustion disappear from your face. So please, pay close attention to every word and watch to the end, because this may be your only chance to learn about the life-changing discovery and transform your health forever. Don't let the elites win. Don't let them keep you sick, overweight, and in the dark. It's time to reclaim your health and vitality, and it all starts now. Hey there, I'm James Buford. I'm not some fancy doctor or enlightened fitness guru. I'm just a regular 48-year-old guy who teaches history at my local high school. My wife Emily and I live on a patch of land in eastern Idaho with our 3 boys. We're proud of our active, self-sustaining lifestyle. We're raising our own livestock, tending to our vegetable garden, and constantly renovating our house, all with our own 2 hands. Now, Emily and I have a story you've probably heard before. We fell head over heels in love as teenagers. That kind of love that makes you do crazy things. So crazy that when I turned 21, I got down on one knee and asked her to be my wife. Just a year later, our first little baby arrived, and like everyone would expect, Emily gained about 20 pounds during her pregnancy. Dropping the initial baby weight wasn't much of a problem for her though. She just cut down on the carbs, started moving more, and before we knew it, she was back to her normal slim figure, turning heads whenever she went. 2 years flew by, and along came son number 2. This time, Emily put on about 25 pounds during the pregnancy. Now, losing it wasn't quite the walk in the park as it was before, but after nearly a year of strict dieting, sweating it out, she managed to slim back down almost to her pre-baby weight. At that point, we thought we were done having kids. Since you can probably imagine, 2 boys is already a lot to handle every day. But God sometimes has other plans. Several years later, in our 30s, our third little guy made his grand entrance, and that's when everything changed. Emily gained nearly 50 pounds during that pregnancy. By this time, it was different, really different. That stubborn fat set up camp around Emily's belly, hips, arms, and legs. And no matter what she did, it just wouldn't budge. Emily tried everything, and I mean everything. After the pregnancy, she went on those crazy juice cleanses that left her dizzy and snapping at everyone. She spent a small fortune on meal replacement shakes that tasted like cardboard mixed with chalk. She even tried those sketchy fat burner pills that had her heart racing like she just ran a marathon. The keto diet, Emily stuck to it for 7 long months, lost 15 pounds, then bam, gained back 25 practically overnight. Then came Weight Watchers, then Jenny Craig, then Nutrisystem. You name it, she tried it, but none of it worked. Not one damn thing. In fact, she got even heavier. Out of pure desperation, I hired a personal trainer for her. It cost us $600 a month, money that we definitely didn't have lying around. And Emily could come home in tears after each session, telling me her joints felt like they were on fire, and she felt like the trainer was silently judging her for not being able to do the exercises like a 20-year-old gymnast. We even looked into those fancy GLP-1 injections everyone's buzzing about, but given how expensive they are over time, it wasn't even an option for us regular folks. Plus, the side effects we read about online were horrific. We're talking about hair loss, thyroid problems, painful kidney stones, and more. In short, nothing worked, not a single thing. Emily started blaming it on her bad genetics. She'd say things like, "I feel so guilty passing on this genetic curse to our boys." I watched my once vibrant, energetic wife transform into someone I barely recognized. Her beautiful curves became rows of bulbous, cellulite-ridden fat. Her once glowing skin turned dull and stretched like an old rubber band. She was always tired, always sad, always hiding under layers of baggy clothes. She stopped coming out to work in the garden with me, saying her knees hurt too much just to walk across the yard. We never went out anymore because Emily couldn't stand the way people stared at her like she was some kind of circus sideshow. And her love life, it completely vanished, as if it never existed. Emily couldn't stand the thought of me, her own husband, seeing her naked. She'd changed in the bathroom and locked the door like she was hiding from an intruder. We went from passionate lovers to almost complete strangers. The emotional distance between us felt wider than the Grand Canyon. Every failed diet, every pound regained, it was like a piece of her died inside. That spark, that lust for life she had, long gone, replaced by a misery and self-hatred that was painful to watch. It killed me to see her like that. But the worst moment came on a quiet Sunday morning. A crash from the bathroom followed by Emily's piercing scream set my heart racing. "Emily, are you okay?" I shouted, pounding on the locked door. No answer, just muffled sounds. I didn't hesitate. I kicked the door open. The wood frame splintered with a loud crack. The scene inside made my blood run cold. Emily lay naked in the tub, surrounded by jagged shards of glass from the shattered shower door. Her wet hair clung to her tear-streaked face. A thin line of blood trickled from the gash on her forearm. She had slipped while trying to step out of the shower, causing the glass door to shatter on impact. "James, I can't get up," she whimpered. As I struggled to help her to her feet, she broke down completely. "God, this is so pathetic. Why can't I be normal again? What's wrong with me?" I rushed her to the hospital to treat that nasty cut on her arm. While a nurse prepped Emily for stitches, the doctor pulled me aside. "Mr. Buford, I ran some blood work to make sure your wife wasn't at risk for infection. It all looks good, but there's something else." I could see the gravity in his eyes as he chose his words carefully. "Go on," I urged. "Well, Emily's blood work is alarming. If she doesn't lose a significant amount of weight soon, she's at serious risk of heart failure or potentially fatal stroke." Those words hit me like a freight train. I knew Emily was struggling, but heart failure? Stroke? She was only 46 years old, for God's sake. As the doctor broke the news to her in the hospital room, I watched the embarrassment and shame spread across her face.
She looked at me, her eyebrows raised in panic, silently pleading, "What am I going to do?" And I didn't have an answer for her.
I was just as shocked and lost as she was.
In that moment of utter helplessness, I turned to prayer. I asked God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, for a way to rescue my wife from this nightmare.
I couldn't bear the thought of losing her,
of raising our 3 boys alone. And if you told me right then and there that in just a few weeks I'd stumble across an ancient, nearly 4,000-year-old metabolic secret that would not only help Emily lose 46 pounds of stubborn fat and take control of her body once again,
but also go on to help hundreds of men and women do the same.
Well, I would have thought you were out of your mind. But that's exactly what happened. A few days after Emily's accident, doctor warning echoed in my mind: heart failure, stroke. To clear my head, I did what I always do. I headed out to our garden. It was a crisp September morning, the kind that makes you grateful to be alive. As I wheeled my old burro, full of tools, towards our vegetable patch, something caught my eye, something strange.
At first, I thought it was morning dew glistening on the plants and all over the surrounding field.
But as I got closer, I realized it wasn't water at all. A strange white powder covered almost everything. The soil, the leaves, even the fence posts. Curious, I reached out to touch it. It was impossibly fine, sticking to the lines of my fingertips like flour. No smell, seemingly harmless.
I thought maybe it was some weird type of pollen I hadn't seen before.
So I shrugged it off and gathered up our usual cabbage, carrots, onions, leeks. My plan was to double down on home cooking, thinking that should help Emily lose some weight if we stuck to it. But over the next 5 to 6 days, something bizarre started happening. Emily was shrinking,
and I'm not talking about her height.
She dropped nearly 10 pounds seemingly out of nowhere. At first I panicked. Unexplained weight loss can mean cancer, right? Or heart disease. I was about to rush her back to the doctor when I noticed something else. My own clothes were fitting looser. I stepped on the scale and couldn't believe my eyes. I lost 5, maybe 6 pounds myself. What in the world was going on? The strange thing was we both felt amazing. Our minds were razor sharp. We had energy to spare. Emily was cracking jokes with the kids again, her eyes sparkling like they used to. Even after a few cheat days of takeout Chinese food, the weight kept coming off.
It didn't make any sense. Sure, I've been cooking more with our garden produce.
That doesn't explain losing this much weight so fast.
As I racked my brain, I kept coming back to one thing.
White powder. What exactly was it? Where did it come from? My curiosity got the better of me.
I grabbed a small plastic container, carefully collected a sample from the garden.
The next day, I drove it straight to the lab in Idaho Falls to have it tested. I paid a hefty fee, probably more than we could afford, but I had to know. A few weeks later, my phone finally rang.
It was a private number, so I thought it was probably just another spam call. But when I answered, the caller introduced himself as Dr. Stephen Mitchell,
saying he was calling about the exotic powder I'd submitted to his lab for testing. Before I could even respond, he requested to meet me in person today, if possible. I agreed, eager for answers. But when I pressed for details, he deflected.
"I'll explain everything in person, Mr. Buford," he said.
"But first, have you told anyone about what you've discovered?" "No," I replied, a hint of unease creeping in. "I haven't told a soul." "That's good. Keep it that way for now." He said he was leaving immediately and would be at my house within 2 hours. The line went dead before I could respond. I stood there, phone in hand, my mind racing. What had I gotten myself into? 2 hours later, a sleek black car pulled into our driveway. Stephen stepped out looking every bit the scientist in expensive slacks and polished shoes. Almost immediately after we shook hands, he asked to see where I'd found the white powder. As he walked through the field to my garden, a chilling thought crept over me. Had I exposed my family to some kind of toxin? But my anxiety quickly faded as I watched him hunched over on the ground, marveling at the powder, rubbing it between his fingers, even dabbing a small amount to his tongue without hesitation. To be honest, I was completely bewildered by this whole situation. He fired off questions about the land surrounding our property. First, if there were any salt lakes or hot springs nearby.
And second, if there was any record of gold mining around the area. Questions seemed random to me, but when I said yes to both,
he nodded knowingly. Then he picked up a handful of topsoil and asked, "Since this powder appeared, have you been experiencing anything unusual?"
I told him about Emily and losing a lot of weight over the past few weeks. Combined, almost 86 pounds had just melted off our bodies already. And I mentioned the remarkable boost in energy I'd experienced too.
After another long pause, I had to ask, "Hey, do you mind telling me what's going on here? What is this stuff anyway?" I asked if it was tree pollen or maybe some kind of mineral deposit. Stephen smiled, shook his head as if in disbelief. "Mr. Buford, what you've discovered here is nothing short of a miracle. This isn't pollen or mineral deposits. It's literally powdered gold, a rare and exotic substance known as gold ORMUS. ORMUS, I asked?
It stands for Orbitally Rearranged Monatomic Element.
And he explains that basically this white powder is pure 24 karat gold. But due to naturally occurring phenomenon even scientists cannot fully explain,
Gold atoms can get separated from each other and no longer cluster together.
so instead of the shiny gold metal we're familiar with, you get this powder.
He said it was extremely rare to find gold ORMUS in a natural state like this. In fact, only a few people alive today have ever seen it in real life.
Despite its discovery and use during well-documented throughout history, going back almost 4,000 years to the times of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia.
And he told me that it's even mentioned several times in the Bible. I could feel my excitement building.
Then Steven said he wanted to show me something. He grabbed a large binder from his car and asked if we could talk inside. A few minutes later, I was sitting across from him at my kitchen table, listening in shock as he revealed the hidden history of the substance. Steven explained that the first modern discovery of this gold powder came in 1904 when British Egyptologist Flinders Petrie was surveying the Sinai Peninsula. He made one of the biggest archaeologist discoveries in history,
Stumbling upon the remains of the ancient Templar of Hathor.
also known as the Egyptian House of Gold. Well, it's no secret that Egyptians worshipped and revered gold. What Petrie found inside the temple was truly unique and quite astonishing. All the hieroglyphs and writings throughout the temple depicted this fine powder, something the ancient Egyptians called woodcuts. You mean like the white powder in our garden, I asked? Yes, exactly, Stephen nodded. Apparently, they found a way to create this white powder out of pure gold. Then they molded it into conical-shaped breads and fed it to the pharaohs,
It gave them incredible abilities to heal and restore their bodies.
attained godlike physiques, and extended their lifespans far beyond normal human limits. After all, you never see an obese pharaoh in hieroglyphics, right? He said. Then Stephen pointed to a specific message in the book of Exodus.
Where Moses receives the Ten Commandments atop Mount Sinai, then returns and discovers a calf statue the Israelites had made out of gold jewelry.
In Exodus chapter 32, verse 20, it says, "He took the golden calf which they had made, burnt it in the fire, ground it into a powder, sowed it upon the water, and made children of Israel drink of it." But here's what's most interesting of all. Remember the House of Gold temple the Egyptologist Flinders Petrie had discovered back in 1902? Well, it actually sits 2,500 feet above sea level, carved in the side of a mountain on the Sinai Peninsula. Many have speculated that this is the same Mount Sinai Moses climbed to receive the Ten Commandments. So it's very possible Moses knew the temple was there,
And learned the secrets of how to make muskas, or manna as he called it.
which explains how the Israelites were able to survive the treacherous journey through the desert for 40 straight years. That's how powerful this stuff is for your body, Stephen said. Its healing properties are astounding. And here's something else that really shocked me. Just like how our bodies contain minerals like magnesium and iron,
Stephen told me that we also have small amounts of gold inside us too. In fact, most of us are severely deficient of this precious element, which is why gold has been used medicinally for thousands of years. But this unique form of naturally occurring powdered gold,
our gold ORMUS, is even more potent and bioavailable. So not only is it completely safe to consume, but it brings incredible healing effects to those who are lucky enough to find it. I started to understand why my wife and I had such dramatic transformations recently. Not only had Emily dropped another 20 pounds in the last few weeks alone, her aches in her knees and hands had nearly vanished too. I even noticed her skin seemed to be glowing, like she was back in her 20s. But there was one thing still lingering on my mind.
I was curious if anyone else had ever come across powdered gold like we did.
I mean, were we really so blessed to have it simply appear on our doorstep? And if other people did come across it before, why the heck was this the first time I was hearing about all this? Think about it. If what Stephen said was true, it seems like the kind of thing that would be getting a lot of attention, not just from medical professionals, but in the media too, right? So I brought this up to Stephen, and it was as if I was reading his mind. Stephen told me the last person to find this natural gold powder was a successful cotton farmer named David Hudson. He discovered it while taking soil samples from his farm, and after initial testing, he was amazed to find it was nearly 100% pure gold, leading him to define this new exotic element as gold ORMUS. Hudson became obsessed to figure out how this was possible, spending millions of his own money researching this powder, and what he discovered explains its incredible ability to induce rapid fat loss, reverse aging, and heal the body from the inside out. It turns out the gold powder was a superconductor of electricity,
meaning that it could create and transfer electrical currents without losing energy.
Think of it like a piece of wood in a fire that never turns to ash. It just keeps creating fire on and on forever. Then he told me that Hudson spent nearly a decade attempting to recreate the ancient Egyptian alchemical process so he could turn gold ore into this powder form. In 1989, believing he cracked the code, he applied for patents on his ORMUS creating process. And that's when everything unraveled. The Department of Defense demanded access to his research, and within a short time, they classified Hudson's work as a matter of national security. Under the Invention Securities Act, they revoked his patent approval, demanding he hand over full ownership and intellectual rights to the U.S. government. Of course, Hudson tried to fight it, spending nearly all of his fortune to build a facility in Phoenix, Arizona, where he could manufacture the gold ORMUS powder himself. But right as construction on his production facility was nearly complete,
there was a catastrophic freak accident when 4,500 gallons of nitric acid inexplicably spilled and ignited.
And before he could even assess the damage, federal agents swooped in, confiscating his equipment and research materials, then banning his business license and slapping him with major fines, forcing him to go bankrupt and ultimately abandoning the ORMUS project for good. I was completely shocked hearing all of this. I suddenly felt unsafe and exposed somehow. For a second, I thought maybe I should just forget we ever came across this gold ORMUS and go back to how things were. Then I thought about my wife, Emily, and seeing her literally transform before my eyes these past few weeks. And I realized this wasn't an option. I promised I'd do whatever it took to help my wife get her life back, to not only help her drop the weight and get back her slim figure, but to give her back the confidence and inner happiness she used to have. So I asked Stephen to explain how gold ORMUS actually works inside our bodies, and what's causing my wife to seemingly melt off the weight, when almost everything else we tried in the past either failed completely or required extensive lifestyle changes and restrictions that are impossible to follow. If you're also struggling to lose stubborn fat around your belly, hips, thighs, then you want to pay really close attention here, because it'll change everything you thought you knew about your metabolism and how you can flip the on switch for fat burning mode on command. You see, Stephen explained to me that while 99% of the medical community still believes that weight gain and sluggish metabolism are the result of aging, bad genetics, or poor lifestyle choices, the truth is it's all controlled by body's natural electricity. At first, I wasn't sure what he meant by that, and he told me that was perfectly understandable, since even leading scientists and doctors were only just beginning to uncover this revolutionary concept. But in the last few years,
researchers at the esteemed Allen Discovery Center at Tufts University published a game-changing study on this major breakthrough,
proving that every single cell in your body, all 40 trillion of them, generates their own tiny electrical field,
a phenomenon these experts now call bioelectricity. Picture your body as a vast, intricate network of microscopic power plants.
When things are working like they should,
every cell, issue, and organ communicates using these bioelectrical signals,
like billions of tiny text messages zipping through your body, telling it what to do to heal itself and survive. From repairing wounds and regenerating tissue to creating new cells. And your metabolism, it's no different. Your cells are constantly chatting via these bioelectrical signals,
like a non-stop group chat telling your body when to burn fat for energy.
So when these bioelectrical currents between your cells are strong and stable, your body is humming along, keeping you in peak physical condition.
But here's the kicker, Stephen said.
Fat tissue is like a thick, heavy blanket smothering these electrical signals. Simply put, the more fat you have, especially around your belly, hips, and thighs, the weaker these bioelectrical signals between your cells become. It's like trying to make a phone call in a tunnel. The signal gets weaker and weaker. This is why if you've ever gone to see a nutritionist or a doctor about weight loss, they may use something called bioelectrical impedance analysis to see an accurate picture of your health. It looks like this. This tool runs a low-grade electrical current through your body, like a full-body cell phone signal test.
And based on the strength of the current, it can tell you how much fat you have. The more fat, the weaker the electrical current.
Now here's where things get really frustrating.
Your metabolism relies on these bioelectrical signals for instruction.
And the weaker the signal, the less effective your metabolism becomes,
until your cells can't send those burn fat messages anymore at all.
And your metabolism practically grinds to a halt. It's like a car with a dead battery. You can turn the key all you want, but nothing's going to happen. No matter how much you try to rev it up with diets or exercise, it won't matter. The electrical signals just can't get through anymore. Meanwhile, more and more fat stores continue to build, so it's a vicious cycle. As Stephen explained this, I couldn't help but think of Emily, of her struggles, of all those failed diets and exercising routines.
This explained why it had been so damn hard for her to lose weight and keep it off.
It wasn't really her fault. She'd been fighting an uphill battle the whole time, because the bigger she got, the weaker her body's electrical signaling became, and the more her metabolism slowed down.
It was a never-ending downward spiral.
But as Stephen finished explaining, everything started to click into place for me. You mentioned before that gold ORMUS is a superconductor, I said. Does that have something to do with these bioelectrical signals?
Stephen's face lit up with a smile he couldn't contain.
He said that while we all know gold is an excellent conductor of electricity, this altered power form is exponentially more powerful. When ingested, it acts like a superconductor for your cells and organs, flooding them with bioelectrical energy. Imagine upgrading to cutting-edge fiber optic cables throughout your entire body. Suddenly, all these weak, muffled signals between cells become crystal clear and lightning fast. This explained why Emily and I have been shedding pounds so effortlessly, especially around our stubborn areas like the belly, hips, and thighs. Our metabolisms weren't just restarting, they were supercharged into overdrive.
But the changes went far beyond just weight loss.
Emily's chronic joint pain had completely vanished, and I couldn't help but notice her skin seemed to glow again, while the fine lines around her eyes were softening, as if she was turning back the clock on her entire body. Stephen explained this made perfect sense. By supercharging our cells, gold ORMUS was essentially putting every part of our bodies into a state of ultra efficiency.
This meant faster healing, improved physical performance, and potentially even a significantly extended lifespan.
He said this is why the ancient Egyptians were so obsessed with this stuff. The pharaohs weren't just after eternal life in the afterworld, they were trying to achieve a form of it here on Earth. Their incredible physiques and extended lifespans suddenly made sense. Even the biblical stories took on new meaning.
When Moses ground up that golden calf and made the Israelites drink it, he wasn't punishing them, he was giving them liquid life.
It explained how they survived 40 years in the harsh desert. This mysterious manna, bread from heaven, was like this very same substance. As I sat there, I let it all sink in.
I couldn't help but think the discovery could literally change the world overnight, helping millions of people not only supercharge their metabolisms,
but possibly bring an end to all kinds of disease and suffering. The only problem was, I had no idea how long this natural occurring gold ORMUS would last on our property. For all I knew, it could disappear just as quickly as it appeared. The thought of Emily's newfound health slipping away, of her life returning to how it was before, filled me with dread. After Steve and I parted ways that day, I knew I had to act fast.
So I hired every farmhand I could find, offering good pay for quick work.
I told them we needed to harvest and collect every last bit of this powder, filling up as many mason jars and containers as we possibly could. For days, our property was a flurry of activity. As they worked, the farmhands got curious about what this powder was. They glanced at the jars and whispered among themselves. On the second day, one of the seasoned farmhands approached me. "James," he said, scratching his head, "what is this stuff really?" I hesitated for a moment, then decided to level with him. I told him everything about Emily's transformation, the weight loss, the biblical references, and Egypt's pharaohs. His eyebrows shot up and he burst out laughing. "Man, you've really lost your marbles, huh?" He shook his head, chuckling as he walked away. To be honest, I felt a little embarrassed and foolish, despite seeing this transformation and proof with my own eyes. But the next day, something strange happened. One by one, the farmhands started asking if they could take some powder home.
I noticed many of them looked really worn out.
After all, farm work isn't exactly known for being easy on your body. And as crazy as they thought this all seemed, they also seen me and Emily's transformation with their own eyes. So now, they wanted a piece of that magic for themselves or their loved ones. I didn't want word to get out about this.
By living in such a rural, tight community where half the folks don't even use the internet,
I figured I shouldn't be too worried about reporters showing up at my door. And if I'm being honest, I was curious to see if the powder would work for them too. So after we finished up and filled almost 800 mason jars of this powder, I let several of my guys take each small container home with them. Then I kind of forgot about everything. But it only took a couple of weeks before my phone started ringing off the hook. Jack, the seasoned farmhand, who had laughed at me, told me he'd lost 15 pounds and his chronic back pain had nearly vanished. He apologized for patronizing me and asked if he could have more for his wife. Miguel, one of the younger farmhands, stopped by my house with tears in his eyes. He explained that his mother, who had been bedridden with severe arthritis, had started taking the powder.
Within days, she was up and moving around, having regained mobility and energy she hadn't had in years.
And one old-timer, Bill, left a message on my answering machine, sharing how his wife had dropped a considerable amount of weight, and she even felt confident enough to join him at the local dance hall that night before. All of these phone calls felt pretty overwhelming at the time. Part of me wasn't surprised. After all, I'd seen what it did for Emily and me. I knew at that moment I needed to share this with more people. people beyond our little community who could also benefit from this incredible stuff.
But when I told Stephen my desire to share the gold ORMUS more widely,
he reminded me of David Hudson's fate and the risk we'd be taking. The Department of Defense, or CIA, could shut this down in an instant if they caught wind of it, or something even worse.
This is the kind of thing where well-meaning people can disappear, James, he said.
I understood the risk, but I couldn't shake the feeling that this was different. We had an advantage David Hudson didn't have in the 70s and 80s, the internet. I told him that if we could get this online quickly and put my name out there to share it, people would know the truth and this incredible gift wouldn't be hidden anymore. In other words, once enough people knew about it, there'd be no way to stuff the genie back in a bottle, and it would be really suspicious if something happened to me or if I suddenly vanished. I knew it was a risk, but I truly believe God had gifted us this for a reason. It saved Emily's life and helped so many people in our community.
I felt compelled to share it with the world and do some good. With that, Stephen agreed to help me on this mission any way he could.
And immediately we got to work.
Our first challenge was to figure out how we could maximize the powder's effects while also preserving enough supply to reach as many people as possible.
And a few weeks of false starts and many late nights,
Stephen came up with a really bright idea.
What if we mix the powder into a liquid solution? That would allow us to not only get more out of our supply, but in theory, it would actually help with the absorption process in the body and allow us to mix it with other rare, all-natural ingredients to amplify its power.
Working together synergistically to increase the bioelectrical signals in our bodies and supercharging our metabolism beyond what God ORMUS can achieve alone.
And after many months of research, we discovered several rare ingredients that we could combine with gold ORMUS that would do just that.
First, we added a potent dose of Egyptian blue vervain. This powerful herb is known in ancient Egypt as Haris tears, named after the god of rebirth. Egyptian pharaohs consumed blue vervain in part of their MannaFlux rituals, believing it cleansed their bodies and prepared them for divine transformation. We also included Siberian eleuthero root. Sourced from the pristine forests of Siberia, this potent adaptogene was long kept secret by traditional healers.
It acts as a natural amplifier for gold ORMUS, significantly increasing cellular energy production and resilience against stress.
Next, we found that Lady's Mantle herb was another perfect addition.
Because this little-known European herb has remarkable properties for supporting healthy weight management, it synergizes with gold ORMUS to enhance its fat-burning potential, helping to reshape your body more efficiently. Then we added sacred licorice root, a unique form of licorice that serves as a catalyst, dramatically improving the absorption and effectiveness of gold ORMUS throughout the body. And finally, a healthy dose of pure peppermint oil, not only because it significantly boosts metabolism, but it also has the added benefit of making the liquid formula taste amazing. After we choose these natural botanicals for the gold ORMUS formula, it took us almost 6 months to perfect the formulation, determine the right dosages, and the cost piled up quickly, far more than I'd anticipated.
But fortunately, Stephen was willing to invest some of his own money. And when my neighbors and friends in our community found out what I was planning,
they decided to pitch in too, because they shared my firm belief that this powder was really a blessing from God, and it was our duty to share it with as many people as possible.
Now you might be wondering if mixing the gold ORMUS powder into a liquid formula changed any of its incredible weight loss effects.
And to be honest, I had the same questions myself. So we decided to put it to the test. Once Stephen and I felt 100% positive of our new formulation was ready, we asked for volunteers from our community and beyond to try it out. And in less than a week,
I was receiving calls from family members, old high school friends, and even strangers. And once the responses started to flow in, and it was completely overwhelming. Out of nearly 100 volunteers who tried our gold ORMUS liquid formula,
almost all of them reported astounding results that left me even in awe. Like Sarah M. from Boise, Idaho. I've struggled with my weight decades, diets, exercise, you name it. Nothing worked. But this tincture, it's like my body finally woke up. I've lost 30 pounds in just 2 months, and I feel amazing. My energy is through the roof. And Tom R. from Austin, Texas. At 55, I thought my metabolism was gone for good. I was resigned to being overweight and tired all the time. But after trying this formula, it's like I'm in my 30s again. I've dropped 40 pounds, and my doctor is amazed at my latest health checkup. I feel like I've been given a second chance at life. And Marie L. from Miami, Florida. I was skeptical at first, especially about a liquid formula. But wow, was I wrong. Not only have I lost weight, 25 pounds of counting, but my skin is glowing, my hair looks healthier, and I have energy I haven't felt in years.
It's not just about weight loss, it's about feeling truly alive again.
The feedback continues to pour in to this day, and it's been both humbling and exhilarating to see the impact this formula has had That's why I'm so excited to share this breakthrough with you right now. We've taken the miraculous power of gold ORMUS and made it even more potent and accessible. And now it's your turn to experience this life-changing discovery for yourself.
So let me go ahead and introduce you to MannaFlux Ultra, the world's first and only natural 24-karat gold ORMUS formula, specifically crafted to supercharge your cellular bioelectricity, reignite your metabolism, and unlock your body's true potential for longevity and long-lasting health.
This isn't just another supplement. This is a potent liquid texture containing real, authentic 24-karat gold ORMUS.
The same substance revered by ancient Egyptians and mentioned in biblical texts. And MannaFlux Ultra is derived from the same 100% monatomic gold powder that appeared on my land, a gift I believe God bestowed upon me to share with the world.
But we didn't stop there. Through extensive research, we've enhanced this divine elixir with hand-picked rare herbs that maximize gold ORMUS absorption and activation in your body. The result? Groundbreaking liquid formula that will revolutionize your metabolic health and transform your entire being.
From the very first day you take MannaFlux Ultra, you'll notice a remarkable change.
And that stubborn fat that clings to you for years begins to melt away before your eyes. You'll feel a surge of vibrant energy courses through your body, awakening parts of you that have been dormant far too long.
And you'll be amazed at the way your skin takes on a radiant glow, reawakened by the bioelectricity coursing through your body.
Just imagine for a moment, you're getting ready in the morning, and as you look in the mirror, you hardly recognize the person staring back at you. Gone are the bulges and rows that once defined your silhouette.
Instead, you see a slim, toned-down version of yourself smiling back.
As you go about your day, you realize you're not hiding in baggy clothes anymore. You're confidently wearing outfits you haven't dared to wear in years, turning heads wherever you go.
Your friends and family can't stop commenting on your transformation.
Even your doctor is astounded at your next checkup, praising your improved health markers. That constant feeling of shame and self-consciousness is finally lifted. You don't have to struggle with your weight anymore. You don't have to make excuses for not joining social activities. You don't have to feel like the big one in group photos. You're free to enjoy life in your new, slimmer body. Free to shop in any clothing store without fear.
Free to accept dinner invitations without worrying about fitting in the restaurant booth.
And beyond the weight loss, you're experiencing a total revival. Your energy levels are soaring, your skin is glowing, and your mind is sharper and clearer than ever.
This is the power of the natural gold ORMUS inside every single bottle of MannaFlux Ultra. Not just weight loss, but a complete transformation of your body and life. Plus, using MannaFlux Ultra couldn't be simpler.
Just add a few drops of this powerful tincture to your water or your favorite beverage once daily. As you drink, bioelectrical signals in your body will respond to this incredible formula, kickstarting transformation unlike anything you've ever experienced. Your metabolism will go back to life effortlessly, burning fat 24/7. Long dormant energy pathways will reopen, flooding your cells with vitality. Your body's natural healing abilities will kick into overdrive. You look and feel years and even decades younger. And the best part? You'll achieve all this without extreme diets, punishing exercise routines, or dangerous drugs.
MannaFlux Ultra isn't just a supplement.
It's your key to unlocking your body's true potential for health, vitality, longevity. This is your chance to experience the transformative power of real gold ORMUS, the same substance that gave ancient pharaohs with godlike physiques and extended lifespans.
This has already been the experience of hundreds of men and women who tried MannaFlux Ultra.
Take Emily, a 45-year-old mother of 3 from Idaho.
Within just 2 weeks of starting MannaFlux Ultra, I'd lost 15 pounds effortlessly. By month 2, I was down 30 pounds and fitting into clothes I hadn't worn since college.
My energy levels are through the roof. I'm keeping up with my kids and even started training for a 5K. It's like I've been given a second chance at life. And John, a 58-year-old business executive from Florida. I struggled with my weight for decades, trying every diet under the sun.
But MannaFlux Ultra changed everything.
In just 3 months, I've lost 50 pounds.
My colleagues barely recognized me at our last meeting.
My doctor was astounded. My blood pressure and cholesterol are now in the healthy range for the first time in years. I feel like I've turned back the clock by 20 years. Then there's Marie, a 36-year-old teacher from Texas. After gaining weight with each of my pregnancies, I thought I'd never feel confident in my body again.
But MannaFlux Ultra proved me wrong.
I've lost 40 pounds, and in just 10 weeks, my skin is glowing like never before. My husband can't keep his hands off me, and I've got the energy to keep up with my toddlers all day. It's not just weight loss, it's total life transformation. In a few weeks from now, you could be sharing your own success story, living a life transformed by renewed health, vitality, and confidence, free from the burdens of stubborn weight, low energy, and self-doubt.
I can't wait for you to experience the transformative power of MannaFlux Ultra for yourself. Every drop of MannaFlux Ultra contains the pure, divinely gifted gold ORMUS from my own land, combined with carefully selected herbs known for their synergistic effects.
Because we're all well aware of our government's history of suppressing revolutionary health discoveries, like David Hudson's first discovery of natural gold ORMUS. We were forced to avoid the FDA at all costs.
Because we couldn't risk MannaFlux Ultra being buried by bureaucratic red tape or worse.
Our mission is to get this miraculous substance to as many people as possible before we potentially face the same fate as Hudson.
But make no mistake, the safety and purity of MannaFlux Ultra is extremely important to us.
That's why we partnered with an independent award-winning laboratory to implement a rigorous testing and quality control process that far exceeds typical industry standards.
This cutting-edge facility, specializing in rare earth elements and botanical compounds, has meticulously verified the purity and potency of every batch of MannaFlux Ultra.
Their stringent protocols ensure you're receiving this divine gift in its most powerful, unadulterated form, free from any harmful contaminants. By choosing this path, we're not just protecting the miraculous discovery, we're safeguarding your access to it.
Every drop of MannaFlux Ultra represents our commitment to your health and our defiance against those who would keep this transformative power from the public.
And while the gold ORMUS comes from our blessed land here in Idaho, we've sourced our complementary herbs from trusted organic suppliers.
And now here's the crucial part I need you to understand.
The appearance of gold ORMUS on our land was a divine gift, one we can't control or predict.
From the miraculous harvest we received, we were only able to produce 1,200 bottles of MannaFlux Ultra.
That's it, 1,200 bottles. And when they're gone, they're gone. We have no way of knowing if or when we'll be blessed with another gold ORMUS harvest. Each day I pray for another miracle, but I can't make any promises.
This means that these 1,200 bottles might be the only chance for people to experience the life-changing benefits of MannaFlux Ultra.
And with word spreading fast about this incredible transformation people are experiencing, these bottles are flying off the shelves at an alarming rate. As I speak to you now, over half of our supply has already been claimed.
This is why it's absolutely critical that you secure your supply of MannaFlux Ultra right now. We've worked tirelessly to make MannaFlux Ultra accessible to as many people as possible.
And today, I'm offering you this transformative formula at the lowest price we can manage while still recovering our costs. So you no longer have to waste your hard-earned money on fad diets, ineffective supplements, or dangerous weight loss drugs. And finally, break free from the relentless cycle of yo-yo dieting and failed weight loss attempts that leave you discouraged and drained.
But you should know that MannaFlux Ultra is available exclusively on this website and only while our limited supply lasts. We can't mass produce this unique formula.
And it would be impossible to do so even if we wanted to.
The gold ORMUS in MannaFlux Ultra comes from a rare natural phenomenon on our land, something we can't control or replicate at will. So large-scale production of MannaFlux Ultra isn't feasible.
We can only produce what nature provides us and what we can personally oversee in our small batch process.
If you see MannaFlux Ultra advertised anywhere else other than this website,
be aware that it's not the genuine product. We would never sell on Amazon or through other retailers.
We can't risk compromising the quality or purity of MannaFlux Ultra through mass distribution channels. Each bottle of MannaFlux Ultra contains a portion of this rare, naturally occurring gold ORMUS, combined with carefully selected herbs for maximum effectiveness. We're offering MannaFlux Ultra at a price that covers our costs of production, research, and the specialized handling this unique substance requires.
Our goal isn't profit. It's to help as many people as possible to benefit from this remarkable discovery.
By keeping our operations small and independent, we ensure that every bottle of MannaFlux Ultra meets our exacting standards for purity and potency. By simply adding a few drops of MannaFlux Ultra's potent liquid formula to your water each day,
you'll be amazed at just how quickly and totally your body and life can transform. So don't let this unprecedented opportunity slip by, especially when our supply is so limited.
With your investment in MannaFlux Ultra today, you'll be spending considerably less money and time than you would on ineffective diets, expensive gym memberships, and countless miracle weight loss products that never deliver.
Unlike those countless quick-fix solutions,
MannaFlux Ultra offers what we believe to be the real key to unlocking your body's full potential.
Which is why this decision isn't just about losing weight. It's about addressing the root cause of metabolic issues and restoring your body's natural bioelectrical signaling to its optimal state. So your metabolism will rev up and maintaining a healthy weight will become a second nature to you.
It's why we've dedicated countless hours to bring you this breakthrough for less than the cost of a daily cup of coffee, a price you will only see on this webpage. for this first ever release of MannaFlux Ultra.
You can take advantage of our introductory offer
by getting a full 6-month supply of MannaFlux Ultra, a total of 6 bottles today,
for just $49 per bottle. This is the perfect amount to fully recharge your body's cellular energy
as you supercharge your metabolism and reignite your body's natural fat-burning processes.
Remember, we only have 1,200 bottles available for this initial release.
Once they're gone, we can't guarantee when or if we'll be able to offer MannaFlux Ultra again.
So go ahead and click below right now to choose your package. When you do that, you're also going to receive something truly special from us. You see,
the manufacturer we've partnered with to distribute MannaFlux Ultra was so moved by our mission to share this divine gift.
They've decided to include an incredible bonus for anyone who chooses the 3 or 6 bottle package today. A free 30-day supply of their one-of-a-kind and best-selling formula. It's called Guard.
Just as MannaFlux Ultra harnesses the power of ancient gold ORMUS to supercharge your body's bioelectricity and metabolism,
Guard utilizes a special blend of natural ingredients to detoxify your pineal gland and fully open your third eye, unlocking spiritual channels and manifestation abilities that have been dormant within you for years. Many who take Guard say they've experienced a profound awakening. They report feeling deeply connected to their intuition and spiritual awareness, enhancing their ability to manifest their deepest desires and attracting more wealth, love, and purpose into their lives on command.
Simply take 1 dropper full of Pineal Guard daily alongside your MannaFlux Ultra regimen.
This powerful combination offers a truly unique and life-changing opportunity
as MannaFlux Ultra reignites your metabolism and burns off unwanted pounds.
Guard will work to elevate your spiritual and mental state to new levels. 1 bottle of this incredible formula usually retails for $97, but it could be yours absolutely free
when you choose the 3 or 6 bottle option of MannaFlux Ultra today.
And that's not all, because we're also throwing in a second bonus gift for you as well, an exclusive audio program we call the 7 Divine Healing Frequencies, a $79 value, yours absolutely free when you order the 3 or 6 bottle package today. Inside this professionally produced audio collection, you'll experience powerful healing tones known as solfeggio frequencies, used for centuries by monks and yogis to promote profound healing and rejuvenation. These 7 primary frequencies work in harmony with your body's natural bioelectrical field,
complementing and enhancing the effects of MannaFlux Ultra.
As you listen, these incredible frequencies work to release stored trauma and negative emotions from your body's tissues and promote hormonal balance and overall bodily harmony, creating an ideal environment for healing. By aligning and unlocking your body's energy centers by listening to these soothing audios for just a few minutes each day,
you'll create the perfect internal environment for MannaFlux Ultra to work its magic. These powerful tones work effortlessly in the background, requiring no effort on your part.
Simply listen and let the frequencies do the work as they help you unlock your body's full potential for health, vitality, and longevity.
And accelerate your transformation with MannaFlux Ultra. Both of these incredible gifts, a 30-day supply of Pineal Guard and the 7 Divine Healing Frequencies audio program, are absolutely free
when you click below the video and choose the 3 to 6 bottles package today.
But no matter what package of MannaFlux Ultra you decide to purchase,
the most important thing is that you take action right now while we still have bottles available. And to make sure you feel 100% confident placing your order, I'm going to remove any and all risk from your decision to try this incredible formula. Here's how it works.
We're so confident that MannaFlux Ultra is your key to unlocking your body's true potential
and finally achieving the vibrant health and slim figure you've always desired, that we're extending a full 180-day money-back guarantee to everyone who orders right now.
That means you've got 6 full months to experience MannaFlux Ultra and see the transformation for yourself.
And while we are certain that you'll be amazed with the results, if you're not 100% satisfied for any reason, simply call or email the US-based customer service team we partner with, and you'll receive a full refund with no questions asked. You don't even need to send back your unopened or unused bottles.
Simply put, you either love MannaFlux Ultra or you don't pay a dime.
And with our 180-day money-back guarantee backing your decision fully, why not opt for the highly discounted 6-month package? It's the wisest choice because you're protected either way.
If MannaFlux Ultra changes your life, you've locked in our lowest rate of just $49 per bottle, saving more than anyone else. And if MannaFlux Ultra for some reason doesn't work for you,
you simply request a refund, get all your money back, and lose nothing. No matter the outcome, it's a win-win. So go ahead, select your package by clicking beneath the video right now.
And start your journey to transforming your body and life with MannaFlux Ultra.
Remember, this is likely your only choice to try this unique formula. Once our limited supply of 1,200 bottles is gone, we can't guarantee if or when we'll be blessed with another harvest of this miraculous gold ORMUS. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity pass you by, because in just a few days from now, you could be waking up feeling lighter, more energetic, free from the endless frustration of stubborn weight that won't budge. No more feelings of low self-esteem, lack of energy, or chronic health issues, or anxiety about your appearance, or the need to constantly battle with diets that never seem to work.
You can finally take control of your body without the heavy burden of excess weight constantly holding you back. Truly, when you reflect on the profound impact MannaFlux Ultra could have on your life.
Choosing our 6-month package feels like an absolute no-brainer. But remember, our discounted packages and free shipping offers are only available for a limited time.
Once our current stock of MannaFlux Ultra is sold out, we don't know if or when we'll be blessed with another harvest of the miraculous gold ORMUS.
Don't let this rare opportunity to transform your body and unleash your hidden vitality pass you by. Choose the 6-bottle package or any other package that suits your needs. To start, simply click the button below to select the package that's perfect for you. You'll then be directed to our secure order page where you can enter your shipping and payment information. Rest easy, your details are absolutely safe with us because we use the same encryption standards as industry giants like Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. Then after you click Submit, you'll be directed to our confirmation page where every detail relating to your order is clearly laid out.
With MannaFlux Ultra, your journey towards a healthier, slimmer, and more vibrant you is just a click away.
This is your defining moment, so please don't let fear or doubt hold you back, because I know from personal experience just how immobilizing inaction can be, and it makes me shudder to think of what would happen if I hadn't discovered this miraculous gold ORMUS. My wife Emily would have continued struggling with her weight, her health declining, instead of being in the incredible blessed place that we are today. And if I can do anything to help you escape from a similar struggle, I feel like it's my duty to do it. So please, I hope you make an enlightened decision today. A decision where you take the leap, unlocking and reigniting your body's natural ability to burn fat and radiate health. That's the decision that makes the most sense, especially when you're covered by a full 180-day money-back guarantee.
So go ahead, secure your MannaFlux Ultra today. You've seen the science, you've seen the real-life success stories.
You know deep within that this could work for you too.
So why wait? Why risk returning to this website later only to discover that we've run out of bottles?
Or we might never have more in stock. It's just not worth it.
Your health is too crucial and there's too much life to be lived.
It really is your choice, and no matter which path you choose, I want to thank you for spending some of your precious time with me today as I shared my journey, this life-altering discovery with you. Still with me? I know that was a lot to take in. Let's go over some of the most common questions I have received.
Question 1. How does MannaFlux Ultra work again? Well, as I explained earlier, MannaFlux Ultra harnesses the power of real gold ORMUS, which acts as a superconductor in your body.
This supercharges your cellular bioelectrical, reigniting your metabolism, optimizing your body's natural functions.
The gold ORMUS combined with our carefully selected herbs works to restore the bioelectrical signaling between your cells, effectively jump-starting your body's ability to burn fat and maintain optimal health. Question 2. Who should use MannaFlux Ultra? MannaFlux Ultra is designed for anyone struggling with stubborn weight, low energy, and a sluggish metabolism. If you've tried countless diets and exercise routines without success, or if you're looking to boost your overall health and vitality, MannaFlux Ultra could be the solution you've been searching for.
Question 3. What happens after I click the button below? Once you select your package below, you'll be directed to our 100% secure checkout page. Enter your payment information, place your order, and rest easy knowing there's no automatic billing.
Your order of MannaFlux Ultra will be delivered in a discreet package within 5 to 7 business days.
You're less than a week away from starting your journey to a healthier, more energetic you.
Question 4. What if MannaFlux Ultra doesn't work for me?
No worries at all.
MannaFlux Ultra comes with a 180-day hassle-free money-back guarantee. Order MannaFlux Ultra today, and you have 6 full months to decide if it's right for you.
If you're not completely satisfied, just reach out to our customer service team and we'll refund your investment.
Question 5. How long will MannaFlux Ultra be available? Honestly, I can't say for sure. We only have 1,200 bottles available from this miraculous harvest of goat ORMUS.
Once they're gone, we don't know if or when we'll be blessed with another harvest.
That's why I urge you to secure your supply of MannaFlux Ultra today, especially since it comes with a 180-day money-back guarantee.
There's absolutely no risk to you.
Question 6. All right, I want to try MannaFlux Ultra. Now what?
That's the easiest part. Just click one of the buttons below, choose your package. Remember, you can save significantly by selecting our most popular 6-bottle package.
Fill out your details on the next page to complete your order, and MannaFlux Ultra will be on its way to you within the next 5 to 7 business days.
And remember, there's no risk with your ironclad 180-day guarantee.
This video is now ending.
And I want to thank you for staying with me till the end.
Go ahead and select your package now. Use MannaFlux Ultra as directed for at least 30 days, then reach out and let me know your experience.
Thanks for watching.